Okay, YouTube, we have a large laceleaf maple here. This is the unpruned version, the before shot. It's been dealt with a little bit in the past, but nothing in real detail. They did all the easy stuff, lifting it, some of the dead wooding. This thing is huge. It's probably 16 feet long. It's gonna take me a few hours. Okay, a little bit of an update. Been working this thing for, I don't know, 20 minutes. Been working this section right here. See how that's coming along. What I'm really trying to do is create some downward progression, right? And just eliminate anything that's unnecessary, redundant, non-essential. And that way we can really showcase the nicest limbs. See, we got some nice space going here between this nice strong element and then this one, this next one above it. So just gonna continue to do that. Quick update, making some progress. Starting to look a little less hectic. Still a lot of noise on the inside, a lot of decisions to be made. To me, it just still looks way too hectic and busy. I want to get it to looking more like this section here, which is way more complete. Just got a nice logical flow to it. It's looking nice, but still not where I want it yet. Much to do. I'll show you a section that needs a lot of work, in my opinion. Right in here. Just looks like a bunch of wires. It's like inside of a computer or a brain or something. Doesn't yet look like the tree that I want to see. Key steps to getting a finished product. Yeah, it's never really finished. It's never going to be perfect. So just forget about that. But we are finished for today and for this season. So I feel satisfied with this. The reason why I feel satisfied with this is that I can't easily identify where the problems are anymore. When I'm pruning these things, I'm just looking for problems. I'm not really actually even looking for them. They just present themselves to me, and then I deal with them. And so at this point, nothing's really jumping out at me. Nothing's really disturbing me, you know? It's kind of like Batman. It's like, when is his job done? It's like when there's no crime left in the city. So I'm kind of at that point right now where I feel okay with everything. You know, I've already worked on this thing today for about, I don't know, 4 hours. But anyway, key steps. First, kind of assessing, right? assess what's essential. So, you know, we want to be able to see the trunk. We want to be able to find the best branches, and we want to accentuate those things. And then the way that we do that is by just subtracting the rest, essentially. You know, it's like El Monstro. It's the art of subtraction. You know, so we're just creating space around the things that we like. You know, but we can't just like indiscriminately just cut things. You know, as an arborist, I'm always thinking about health of the tree first and how it's going to react to cuts. And so, you know, big considerations, leaving stuff up top. Super important. You know, maples they have thin bark. And so if you over prune the top, you're gonna end up with sun scalding, you know, along the bark, which is, you know, irreparable damage. Also, if you take too much up top, you're gonna end up stimulating a lot of growth. And it's not the cool kind of interesting dynamic branching. It's really straight, boring, overly vigorous growth. So, key steps: identify what's essential and start removing what is problematic. Problematic branches, things that are weak, you know, obviously dead, dying, and things that are kind of encroaching on other things, you know. So really, we're playing this game of like favoritism. We're trying to encourage the ones that we like. And discourage the ones that are problematic. So yeah, identify what's good, remove or reduce ones that are in the way. So, you know, we're just trying to find beauty here. And really, we're not creating it, we're just kind of extracting it. Here's what I like about this tree. Big, powerful trunk. I mean, look at this thing. That's pretty big. That's a good 8 inches in diameter. And look, low graft. See, it starts splitting off in different directions immediately, you know, about a foot off the ground. Don't like the super high grafts. We got moss, which is amazing. I've had to try to avoid it to not destroy it. And then we have nice branching. We have awesome structure. Structure is number one. It's all about structure. Everything's secondary to structure. If you don't have structure, you don't have a nice tree. You know, because we'll get foliage, you know, or you'll get flowers, you'll get fall color, but structure is the biggest deal. So this tree didn't actually need really any structural pruning. It's kind of structurally awesome. I'd say it's one of the better ones I've done this year. But typically that's my first target, is large, bad structural limbs. So you kind of work down from there. You make the big cuts first, which you have to know what decent structure is. Big cuts first, and then a lot of the decisions cascade down from there. You know, that's kind of the top of the hierarchy. But sometimes in order to get there, you have to, well, you kind of have to be doing multiple things. You have to be taking out dead stuff, dead foliage, in order to even find what it's doing structurally, right? And then once you've identified the good structural components that are essential, then you start finding just problematic little branches everywhere. Weak limbs, you know, things that are resting on other things, are not strong. You know. Branches that are not strong have no taper. The reason why this tree looks strong is because it's stout. This is one of my favorite parts of the tree right here. Keep on coming back to this. Focus. So yeah, we want our trees to look strong. We want them to be healthy. So we're gonna create that by giving things space. When things have space, they can move. And when they move, they get taper. If you have branches that are just kind of resting on other things, oh, that's cool graft, just meandering through the canopy, they don't tend to develop nice taper. They can be interesting. I mean, this whole tree is interesting because it wasn't pruned. But we do want things to taper. Yeah, so, you know, my process, I'm just going through this thing and removing dead stuff, finding problematic limbs that are encroaching in the space of others, finding weak limbs that are resting on other things, and just trying to get everything to move independently. You know, these branches are just like muscles. They have to move in order to build strength. And so this is what a strong tree looks like. Thank you.